I'm here to tell you. No matter how special something might seem, if you see it every day, it just becomes normal. It loses all of its import. I suppose sometimes you should take things away from people, huh? Let them appreciate it more. I'm sitting... I just reached for my phone to show you what it was I was watching. And it turns out I'm talking to somebody on my phone. The very pants I was wearing. I was watching something. They're talking about India. They're talking about this stuff. They're talking about these things that are built into the fucking mountains. You know, these shrines and everything. They're built into the mountains. And it's like, holy fuck, you know, the time and whatever it would have taken. And I'm thinking about that, and I said, oh, I remember. I was walking somewhere, I don't know, it was somewhere out of Lijiang, I think, in China. That's where the pictures are. And with Jimmy Ho, and we were walking, and it was right before we came across the guy with goats. But we came upon this thing. It's the thumbnail. We came upon this thing, like you'd say a pagoda in Japan, I think, but whatever they fucking are here. I don't know. I learned how to get beer and cigarettes. Pijo, Shangyan. Yeah. I learned the things I needed to know. I don't know the name of a shrine. I know the Catholic Church once saved my ass because Chinese food has never sat well with me. Oh, I was very close to crap on my pants. And we happened to come across a Catholic Church. Jimmy, Catholic Church. I'm like, let's go. They must have a fucking toilet in there. So we made our way in, and I found the toilet, and I crapped. And I said, that was a close one. It was a close one. Chinese food doesn't sit well with me. So the Catholic Church saved my ass. What I'm saying is, I didn't even know the name for the word church in Chinese. Wobu Zaihu. That's Chinese for I don't care. Wojen Tamada Bu Zaihu. Or you could say Wojen Bu Tamada Zaihu. It means I don't really fucking care. I really fucking don't care. I don't need to know the word for church, but we go by this shelter. We're walking through like a desert land almost. And into this, it's not a giant mountain. It's not like Thulsa Doom's Mountain of Power. It's just a little, like a veiled chameleon's little fucking, better way to put it, Dan Aykroyd and Jane, whatever her name was. The Coneheads. It's like a little conehead fucking piece of mountain that comes up out of the fucking desert there. It almost looks like it could be an old tree that's been petrified after having burned. But if that's a tree, it's fucking gigantic. If that's a tree, that proves we've been here more than 6,500 years. But they've got it dug out in there. As we're walking by this place, I said, look at that. And Jimmy O looks, he says, yeah, that's a shrine. Like it's no fucking big deal. Somebody built that shit in the house. Same way that thing I was watching on India. They're all these, and yeah, they built it in there. They dug it out for some fucking reason. And there was a door on it. I went back to it. He's like, it's no big deal. That's what I mean. He's seen it enough that it's nothing. But you get us knuckle fuckers out here, we're like, look at that, and we try to make something important out of it. It's just a fucking church. They just forced a bunch of people through goodwill. Yeah, they talk them into it. Why don't you volunteer for something? You're a good worker. Shit like that. He's like, it's nothing. I went and there was a door, and it was a wooden door, and it wouldn't open. But right after that, we ran into the guy with the goats, and I'm like, this guy's trying to catch this lost goat, and I'm like, and I start to help, because who wouldn't want to chase a little goat lamb in the desert in the middle of China somewhere? No matter where you are. I did outside of Lijiang, I suppose, walking somewhere else though. Some place where you see a pig's head in a fucking crock. He's there, and Jimmy said, don't bother helping him, you'll never catch it. And I helped, and we were able to get his little goat lamb back, his baby goat, and he was walking with some. Oh, why am I telling you about that? I mean, look at that fucking place, man. That's not special? And look, you're out in the middle of nowhere. And then you look, I took a picture of the goat guy, but look at his shadow. See, he looks slow and old, but his shadow is that of a fucking thriving steed. Look at his shadow at his feet. That man has a strength and a speed which he hides from others. If I could step on that shadow, I could be faster than everybody. Well, those are a couple guys I ran into in Lijiang one night. A few, 3 to 4. Oh, there's that. There I am standing over something right before I found that fucking thing. Look, see, I've got pictures. And there's the alley outside of where I was staying when I couldn't get in. That's what it looks like when you're lying on the ground in an alley. Who doesn't know that? Point is, you get too used to looking at the same thing all the time. Like that time I was with D-Day going out to Alaska, and we stopped somewhere in one of these mountain fucking states. Might have been Montana or something, I don't know. And I said to the woman, I said, look at those beautiful, we were admiring the mountains. I said, look at those beautiful mountains. And she said, huh? And she looked. I said, wow, I guess if you're to live here your whole life, the only way you could ever appreciate those mountains is on acid.